Curro Holdings was established in 1998 as a middle-income private school in Durbanville near Cape Town. It has grown to 15 schools and is expanding fast. It is the process of a significant rights issue. It's in a process of a significant rights issue and a number of acquisitions. Curro has a market cap of nearly 1.7 billion rand, but has no PE or dividend as it is trading at a loss in the last financial year. I hope I'm saying that name correctly, Paul. Now, looking at Curro, rights issue a week or two after they listed in June, another rights issue now in May. Would you want to be getting into that company?
Well, it is a little bit of a hungry wolf as it grows. It's got the backing of the PSG group, which is the Stellenbosch-based private equity group that everybody likes. So, you know, that's a plus. Its roots are in a private school in the Cape, as you read there, and it's recently gone on quite a big buying spree, plus it's building and opening a number of schools. It is in that slightly lower market, so it's not targeting the sort of super elite kids, but it does run the risk of overcooking itself a bit. That is true. And so the share price has been quite volatile. Came on, I think, at around 5 Rand, went up to around 6 or 7, went right up to around 13. Now they're doing a rights issue at 6. When you trade at 13, you do a rights issue at 6, that basically means your shareholders have to follow their rights. Otherwise, they're being idiots, because otherwise they're being diluted. So it's pretty high stakes, and it feels a bit flighty, but it does seem to be in a good space in the market.
Pretty flighty at this stage. What are your thoughts on Curro?
Well, I mean, Advitech and Curro are pretty good comparisons. So, I mean, let's just take a look at it. I mean, Advitech market cap of 2.4 billion, has 57 campuses, and it has, I think it's 225,000 square meters of buildings. So that's one metric. Curro, 1.7 billion, so a little bit smaller, 15 campuses, 84,000 square meters of buildings. So a lot smaller, probably about a third of the size, yet its market cap is pretty close to Advitech. So, I mean, I just look at that and I go, well, which one of the two would I want? I'd rather take an Advitech. And clearly, and there's also execution risk. I know it's come out of the PSG stable, and shares that have come out of that, I mean, you know, we've seen Capitec and we've seen some very, very phenomenal shares that have come out of there. But I'm just a little bit hesitant. It's pretty pricey.
But they're looking to build 40 schools by 2020. Is that attainable?
Well, they seem to say so, and the CEO, Chris van der Merwe, was on our show a few weeks back saying that they're ahead of their targets in terms of the number of kids that they want to get, partly through acquisition. They're doing a deal to buy Woodhill Colleges, that's a golf estate school in Pretoria from a private individual. So, you know, they certainly look as though they're going to hit it hard. The trouble is you are, as Jonathan says, buying into a growth story, so there's the danger of the sort of execution risk issue, and there's always tough to know where to put the share price relative to that. Market does get seduced by those kinds of stories. People say, oh, well, this is going to be PSG's next, Capitec, get in now while you still can, even though the business is totally different. But I don't know, I would also have preferred them not to go and do the Woodhill type acquisition, because that's in the sort of premium market, high fee sort of niche. I would have preferred them to stay in the sort of cheap and nasty 1,500 kids per school kind of space, where the annual fees are not 100,000 Rand a year for a day boy like they are at St. John's College, but, you know, like 30,000, which more people can afford.
A lot of people have been saying that it could be the next Capitec. Your thoughts on that?
I certainly don't see it. I mean, the thing is, with building schools, you need capital to build schools, and we see that. Curro's having a rights issue because they need the capital. With, you know, rolling out bank branches like Capitec, it's a lot less capital intensive. So I don't see this being, I don't see this being a 100-bagger, the same as what Capitec has been. So, no, I don't see
not
it.
a 100-bag at all. Hot or not,
Sure,
Paul?
yeah, 100-bagger, that's a tough hurdle. Look, I do like this space though, and I think education is something that parents in every country really, really want to spend money on, and I think it's become more and more clear to more and more parents in this country that they need to make a provision for this kind of spend. And people are very flexible. They'll do what they feel they need to do. So I'm going to go with hot, although I do accept that it's a bit of a wild one, so I don't think people should necessarily be too demanding. They must give it a few years. So buy a few and buy them again if they go down, and stay with it.
Hot. And yourself, Jonathan?
I would say it's not hot. I mean, rather buy Advitech, really. I mean, in my mind, the market cap of Curro should probably be half of where it is now. So I wouldn't be buying it now.